Welcome to episode 11 of Tales from the Walk-In. This is one of your hosts, Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich. I have Happy Nappy Froyo, y'all know her as HBK or Katie Sadiq.
Ew.
And Strongback Zaddy, a.k.a. The Professional, a.k.a. that nigga Bart.
Bartholomew.
And
Word.
one of my really good friends that I've known in the service industry for quite some time now, he doesn't even fucking need an introduction, man. This is fucking John Howard in this motherfucker. Tell him where they can find you.
Well, now you can find me running the bar at the Continental for Chef Sean Brock.
Yeah, I was talking about Instagram, but okay.
I mean that's fine. Screw my socials. Come see me at the bar, baby. Let's go. Right, but on Instagram it's Johnny B Howard. At Johnny B Howard, and that's really the only thing. At Twitter, at Jonathan B Howard, but that's for some old shit. So we'll get on that later.
Yeah, it is.
So like, what are we taking a sip of?
This is my side hustle. So this is Sweetens Cove Tennessee bourbon. What's up? It's a 13-year, 100.6 proof. It is owned by Tennessee's great Peyton Manning. From a golf course he also owns right outside of Chattanooga. So it's a Tennessee bourbon. Just never sees charcoal. So cheers to that.
Nice. Not as hot as I thought it would have been.
For 100.6 sounded off.
Yeah, it's not.
That's actually I could drink that shit.
All day, right?
Yeah,
It's good.
And I've jumped off the whiskey train for a while.
I couldn't drink that shit all day.
Seeping through your pores.
Yeah, unless you want to see Bart, it ain't happening.
I mean, I'm just like sitting on the porch, man, fucking sipping that shit on a nice,
Yeah.
But let's get into it, John.
Yo.
Man, tell Nashville about you, man.
Oh God. Grew up in Alabama, school in Mississippi, 12 years in New York between Brooklyn and Harlem. I got to do some real dope shit, work with some real dope people in New York, specifically my mentor, Naren Young. Naren is the mastermind behind Dante, which last year won World's Best Bar at Tales and World's 50 Best Bars. I think it was number 2 on the list this past year. So just getting to like take everything I learned and then learn more from him. I mean, I started in college. Right, my twin brother was the fastest bartender.
You're a twin?
Yeah, I have a twin brother.
I did not know you were a twin.
He taught me to pour drinks. He honestly, to this day, is the fastest person I've ever seen behind a bar.
You are a fast motherfucker.
But he's. Oof.
I remember I was talking to a young lady at the time, and
Yep.
I would.
Yep.
And this is years ago. But I was still very young in my bartending career. And I remember I would come to where you worked at, and I would just watch you fucking work, and I learned a lot of what I know from watching you. You are one of the fastest fastest craft cocktail bartenders that I know, man. You can burn the service well and the fucking bar tops and not fucking sweat while wearing a 3-piece suit. That shit is fucking kudos to you, man. Like,
thanks,
for
man.
real. Like,
Yeah, I love that because I started really in high volume bars in college, doing like college bars. So I started there, and then I got into restaurants and starting in New York when craft was really. It was you had your milk and honeys, you had your PDTs, you had your EOs, but like drinks were starting to spread their wings a bit more. And I bartended in the Hamptons at clubs. So to try to bring that whole situation together, right? And so then, I mean, craft just took my heart because it allowed me, I'm an artist, like a theater degree and all that stuff. And so being able to be creative with liquid, because now when I build a drink, I think about telling a story with ingredients. I don't, it's not, oh, this tastes good. Cool. Everybody makes good, tasty drinks, especially in Nashville, right?
you can make some sugary bullshit that tastes good.
I mean, you're right. I mean,
and there's a place for that.
100% there's a place for that. But then, like, this last weekend, I worked at a beer and a shot bar, and I'm like, I remember I had some people come see me, and they were like, "There is no way he's
You're
gonna
letting
get."
people do pop-ups.
No, they just needed somebody to cover, right?
Restaurant industry shit just needed somebody to work
they're
the
like,
shit.
"Yo, we need somebody," and I was like, "Cool." And some people came to see me, they're like, he's gonna be drowning. And they walk in, I've got like 4 bottles, doing fucking Long Islands with like 4 bottle pulls and shit.
Yes.
And they're like, what? I was like, oh yeah, y'all don't know me. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know older John Howard who showed up, But yeah, I worked in New York. I was with someone who wanted to leave the city, and so I was like, I can do what I do anywhere. I love traveling. I'd love to go back to the South and take what I've learned and try to, in whatever small, minuscule way I can, with the connections I made in New York, bring more of a spotlight to the stuff that was going on in the South. And I said, we visited Nashville, and I was blown away. I was like, damn, man. I remember the first bar I said in front of Ben Clemens and Jamie at 308.
Oh man,
Very
good.
first bar, because I said, yo, I'm going to Nashville. Who do I see? Ben Clemens probably got tagged 100 times. And so the first thing I did was go sit there, and I was like,
Those are good dudes too.
yo,
Good dudes.
great
Good-
dudes.
good-
And
great
we
dudes.
had, I had great fucking drinks. I loved the fucking bar. We went to Rolf. That's where I met Bryce, and Bryce was crushing. I'm like, they doing dope shit down here.
They country,
why
this
do-
country city doing some
Well,
dope
I was
shit.
like, why don't people know about this Pinewood Social when they just opened? And
They were
Matt
crushing it when
Toko,
they first- they still
man,
crushing it.
I have so much respect for Matt Toko. That dude, he is him. Speaking of it, Ben and him and Alexis were like the pioneer.
Alexis, good people. Oh, man, you just saying good
You know
people
what I mean?
right now, man.
Like these people built this thing that's happening almost on their backs from a cocktail perspective. It was them, and then Holland House. I'm gonna be so mad. Jeremiah Blake. So they started this whole thing in terms of like bringing drinks in, and then other people get to come into the city, and like me, and be very blessed that people took what I was doing, like, oh, that's dope, and wanted to come be a part of it, or allow me to be a part of the community. And this is actually a bar community. It's very different than a lot of cities. Like,
We talk about it all the time, man. Nashville's economy, the city of Nashville's economy runs on music, food, and beverage.
Absolutely.
You know, that's how the city makes their money.
Right.
And so our community is very, very big. It's one thing that me, Clay, and Katie talked about, like just creating Tales from the Walk-In, was that we don't have to go outside of Nashville to literally talk to every dope person in the city, and that's fucking 4 years of content right there.
yeah.
Like literally, you know.
I was looking at who's done it already, and thanks for having me. First of all, like,
Oh, man, for
I don't think anybody gives two fucks about what I got to say, but I appreciate it. But to see the brand people, the people that have been for, like, Matt from Ice Lab, he would be killer on this thing.
Ah man, I love to get the
That
Ice Lab
dude has
boys.
got story. He's an old. That dude's done it. Like, he would be, and he's hilarious. But yeah, you don't have to leave. There's so much talent, and there's so much talent that's just kind of like slick. Like, I just saw this thing about this bar called Sidebar or something that's over like, right? Look it up. It looks fly. I'm like, where is
Sidebar.
this place?
Where is it?
Exactly. I think it's somewhere like around Korean Vets, maybe. I
Really?
saw it on Instagram. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is it looks great. Can't wait to go in, right? But to know that we've got so much stuff that started to just pop up is incredible. And when my friends from New York that want to open, they come down and say, oh, we're gonna bring this concept. I was like, man, don't do that. They're like, what? I was like, well, I mean, you could, and it's dope, and I'm very, the people that have brought second, third iterations of their lens, keynote,
I mean,
whatever.
Attaboy, they do.
They all do their thing. Mother's Ruin, I love those boys
I
in
love-
New York.
I love
and I
my-
know TJ and Ryan in New York. Those are my homies.
How is the Mothers in New York?
It's small, but it's a fucking riot. It's incredible.
See, I want to go. Like, I
It's
definitely-
small. It's
Is
like
it-
this room,
Oh, that
a
sounds.
little bigger than this
That
room.
sounds fun.
And it's so much fun. It is
I love small bars.
yeah. It's
Sounds
that's
like
New York.
Mickey's.
I literally just looked up Sidebar.
Yeah.
So it's literally as soon as you get across Korean Vets, so it's directly across from the amphitheater. You know that like condo building, like on Second Ave, like it's all black.
So it's on second.
Yeah.
Oh, Bode or whatever it is.
I don't.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't even know the name of
It
it.
might be over. It
I
might be
just
over.
literally like recognized the building. I'm like, oh, okay, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, I
'cause
can't.
Bode is that black building.
Yeah. I can't wait to go in there, man.
Yeah.
So it's
like
not
a
open yet, or-
like
No, it's
condos.
open.
Oh, okay.
It's open.
Oh, that looks tight.
Yeah.
That looks super tight.
Yeah, that's Bode.
And have you heard of this place Terminal that's opening? Or
I've heard of it,
opened?
but I never.
It's also really fly.
Nashville, man, it's so many dope ass spots in this city.
Yeah.
and actually, a lot of them have been here for at least 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That people are just now catching on to. Just where I work at, man. Fucking Rosie, we just celebrated 4 years,
And it feels like.
dude, it feels, and I've been there for most of it.
Yeah.
And people didn't even know. People still don't even know we exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come in like, oh shit, this is fucking.
Yeah.
What the
to,
fuck?
To see the growth of that bar, to see the vision finally come to fruition is really, really cool. And cool for Jim. I mean, that dude, him and Drew been fighting for years to get that thing done the way,
they were one of the bars that actually they fought the fucking government and fucking won.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like fought, had to fight for that.
And that just shows that's what Nashville's about, in my opinion, man. Especially small businesses, man. Just fuck it, man. If you're gonna tell us like we can't do it, but we legally can do it, we'll fight to do it. We'll fight for both sides, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And they did that with actions, not just words. People talk a lot of shit, but they did that shit with actions.
Yeah, I want to circle back though because I don't want to sound like a dick.
You're
Because
not a
I'm
dick?
very thankful. Oh, I'm a dick. Obviously, we know that. But like those people who have brought those things down here have expanded what we do. But when they get here and they see, oh, these people put up dope shit. We don't need retreads in this city. This city can do its own. I mean, if you walk into Old Glory. Name another place like that you're ever going to drink
fucking
at.
spot. What's one of my aesthetically? I think that is one of the most aesthetically pleasing bars that I walk into.
In my life, I've traveled all over the fucking world, and I'll tell you right now, I've never had a drink in a place that made me actually feel something like the first time I had a drink at Old Glory. After when I walked in there the first day before we started training, it was impressive.
It reminds me of Gotham for some reason it reminds me of Gotham when I walk in that joint.
It's tall ceilings, man.
Yeah.
Those girls crushed that one. They crushed that one. And then the boys at Pearl Diver and what they've done with that.
Beautiful backyard.
Yo, the whole thing.
I mean, James just a good dude, man. You know.
Yeah, Lucky's people keep putting up good stuff.
I don't leave East Nashville mostly. I find myself going to Lucky's so
much.
So fucking much. Yeah.
It's become our spot. It's become where the industry goes. And that we needed that when
It's man, dude. People
Have
in
you
the
been to Never Never?
Speaking of Never Never, fucking you talking to John Howard first of all.
I actually helped those guys get open. I did the original bar menu and helped them with like bar ergonomics and setup. They did all the interiors and the conceptual stuff. Those two brothers that did it are brilliant. They brought me on, and I was very lucky to help them out. But to like bar equipment, glassware selection, all that kind of stuff, man. That place is dope.
My boy Bo works over there.
Yeah,
I think like on Monday nights or whatever. No, it is.
No, that one's a fire ass.
Yeah, it is one of them.
I remember we were doing that, and it was plans, and I was trying to stay hands off, do your thing. And then I came in because we were getting close. I wanted to check the equipment, and I walked in to see the interiors, and I was like, "This is real dope."
Yeah,
I didn't expect that because the way they were telling me they wanted it to be like Mickey's Plus, but I was like, they said Mickey's Plus, and I walked in, I was like, "No, this shit is fire," and that staff is like so good. I've been in there a lot more over the last probably 3 weeks than I had in the previous year and a half, 2 years.
Because they've been open for about 2 years, right?
Yeah. Charles, love Charles.
I
One of my
remember when
favorite bartenders.
You were telling me about it when you was starting to open that spot. I was like, just in Wedgwood, Houston. You were like, man, this area is gonna fucking like it's not
gonna
just
blow.
Yeah, you were saying that
It's
2
gonna blow.
3 years ago. Yep. I'm just like, it's not just gonna be Bastion over here.
No, with the girls like Bastion made people look at it, and then when Alexis does what Alexis does and does something dope and puts something up, it's like, oh shit. And then you got that, and that's that, and then Ernest, and then B1281, and Never
Ernest,
Never.
Is that still Chris Webber?
Yeah, it's still Chris.
Man, and another cat.
Another dude.
Man, that's a cold motherfucker, man.
I remember once he walked in at Skulls and I was behind the bar and I was in all black. I was like, "You trying to make fun of me?" He goes, "No, I'm working with you." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!" It was so much fun. That night.
Chris Webber, he showed me how to shake 4 10s at once.
Right.
That motherfucker is a monster.
Yeah. Alex Iberico does 3.
I haven't mastered that. All I got is 3.
I can do 3 easy.
I can do 3.
Motherfucking 2.
3 ain't easy.
2.
Dude, but seeing Chris Webber fucking do 4 and but do it just easily and not even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
He's just like casually making drinks and then almost shake 4 at once. You're like,
take all my money, bro.
Yeah,
take
right.
it all.
Just,
take all my money.
His spec for the mojito is the way I make my mojitos. I learned that from Chris Webber, man.
Yep.
The fucking wet shake with just mint alone, man, and then build on top of that motherfucker, turns your mojito that lime neon green color, and it just
Yeah, you're doing what you need to do with the mint. People muddling mint, if you do it too aggressively, releases the bitters in the vein versus just all you're trying to do is like extract the oils. Well, if you dry shake like that, that's what that's going to properly do is just get those oils out. So that's why it's green as hell.
Yeah.
That's what we learned in Puerto Rico.
And that
Well,
exactly
see,
that's
but
where you
see,
learn to do
we,
it.
we
Yeah.
muddled in Puerto Rico though.
But we didn't shake.
We didn't
aggressively.
shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it built too. They'll just
That's what we did in Puerto Rico. We
just
did.
build it. They press,
Yeah.
then ice, and then they just build. It's a highball for them at that point. But they're using white grain sugar, not simple. So
Yeah,
it
yeah, we
makes
use
sense.
we use grain sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a super dope trip, man. Like fucking.
Did y'all just go to go, or did you have a brand trip?
It was
or-
my birthday.
Okay.
Felix and Felix was there, and Felix always flexing. Yeah, Felix, I'm talking
Yep.
about you right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
He makes a call to I can't remember the girl's name that works at that as the Bacardi rep.
Oh, okay.
Makes a call to her. It was like, yeah, we're going to Bacardi. We're getting them to open up the distillery for us
That's
for
sick.
a tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
Like,
dope.
we're in a taxi and we're driving to the distillery, and the dude's like, you know that Bacardi's no open. And
Like for us, it is, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Felix like, don't worry about it, boo. Like he was.
Just drive, sir.
Just,
Just drive.
I've been to Bacardi in Mexico because there's a Bacardi. One of their big distilleries is in Mexico, outside of Puebla.
Okay.
It's in an old monastery.
That's lit.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a pool and shit on it, and there's a villa to stay in. It's nuts. But I've never been to the one in the PR. I want to go to PR, and then I want to go see Havana Club in Cuba.
See, I want to go to Havana Club.
I want to go to see
Cuba,
Havana
yeah.
Club in Cuba real bad.
The one what I can say about Bacardi in Puerto Rico, I gained a newfound respect for Bacardi because everybody always thinks of Bacardi as just superior, like Bacardi.
They
Superior.
don't understand the
Dude, the
Facundo series and
Ooh.
the 8 year.
Bro,
and
the Ocho.
the
The
Ocho
Ocho
is
is a-
real.
Clay knows.
Ocho was very real.
Yeah. No, it's. I remember when I used that as my base in Bacardi Legacy when I was a regional finalist for that one or whatever. But I used the Ocho and I was like all day. Everybody else used the Superior. I was like, no, I'm gonna use this motherfucker right here.
Dude, the Ocho
It's so good.
is, and then is it the 16? They have a 16 years. Is that what it was, Clay?
12, I
It was
think.
the 12 years.
I mean, but they have lines, the Facundo line, they have a Solera line, they've got so much stuff, and the history of that brand is something that people don't know
yeah.
about.
They're-
You know what I mean? Like,
You have to go to the one in PR.
Yeah.
you
I need-
gotta
I need
get
to
started.
go.
Story is pretty dope.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
The story behind the bat, all of that shit.
the whole
man.
thing.
Like they
Yeah.
even had their family tree on the wall, like when we
Yeah.
first walked in.
Mm-hmm.
It was
It's-
it was
yeah.
It's an
sick.
experience, and then like if
Yeah.
you it's like right next to some water, and then I think there's like an old fort like across across the water.
Mhm.
It's just you got to go. It's just beautiful,
Yeah.
and it's a good experience. Like if anybody's in the bar industry, just one thing that we are all about is knowledge. Knowledge,
No, for sure.
Product knowledge is fucking everything,
Mhm.
and just I think it made my game a lot better just going there and like experience that shit.
Yeah, and it gets a bad rap because I think anytime a company is big, as I think we're in this cycle, right? So it was real. We all wanted to be real crafty at the beginning of it because we're doing something different. But then these products that have been around forever, who are still around, are probably still around because they're good, right?
It's for a reason.
It's for a reason.
Yeah.
So you see people like shitting on those brands. I was like, y'all, these are real good. And if you gave it to somebody and you did not tell them what it was, any of the Bacardi like age stuff, they go, what? Even Superior. I mean, Superior makes a fire ass drink. I don't
Yeah,
care
I
what
mean,
you say. It's
It's solid. It's solid.
It's
as fuck,
good.
man. I mean,
and I think it's because that company is very smart in that for larger marketing, they market themselves as a lifestyle company, lifestyle brands. Think about Grey Goose, think about Bacardi, Bombay. Those seem to be, that's the way they position themselves, and they're smart because at the end of the day, people need to remember this is a business. It's like when a small brand sells to a big brand, people are like, oh, they sold out. I was like, it's a business. That's the point.
the point of business is to make money.
100%.
And people just always know those names too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say Tanqueray and not know what the hell it is.
People don't say I
You're
want
not
a
gonna
rum and
mistake
coke.
it
They
for
say I
vodka.
want. They say I want a Bacardi and coke, even if you don't even have Bacardi. Can I get a Bacardi and coke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just same thing with Tito's. Like,
Yeah.
can I get a Tito's and vodka?
You know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Right,
I,
Tito's and
I
vodka.
got that a couple of times. This weekend.
Can I get a Morgan and Coke? I was like, a what?
What?
Morgan.
Who the fuck?
Morgan.
Oh,
Captain.
Who
I was
ca-
like,
who
ma'am.
calls it Morgan?
That's what I was like, sweetheart, could you please say Captain next time? Because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry.
No, what is it? Is it Mogan David? That's the old school cheap wine.
MD.
Yeah,
MD.
Yeah, that's
Mad Dog?
That's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah.
Imagine and Thunderbird and Kool-Aid.
Oh man, Boone's Farm.
Boone's. Yeah.
Come
Yep.
on,
Not Boone's.
bro. Boone's Farm is.
I won't knock Boone's. I used to
I
drink
gotta-
fucking 211. I'm not gonna like.
I had
I'm
a
not gonna knock it.
I won't knock it at all.
actually I had a homie in New York who took Boone's Farm and cooked it down and used it as syrup for one of his drinks.
Oh.
Super smart.
Oh.
Like I was like, okay,
Okay.
I get
Okay.
that. Yeah.
not mad about that,
I kind of want to see what that's like.
right?
Yeah,
He's gonna go home and
same.
he's gonna go home and just
Speaking of syrups, we just did like a rosé syrup at our spot.
Oh, word.
That sounds
Yeah,
fire.
we did it for the Derby. It was a mint julep, but with rosé syrup.
Is that a derby drink?
The
mint
julep,
julep?
yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty fucking
Yeah.
delicious. I'm not gonna
The
lie.
julep has an interesting history too. A lot of people think it's like a, it's a newer drink than it was. It was actually 1774. The colonial American troops had it for breakfast. They're about to go fight their ass off, and that's as started. Washington's troops were the ones that kind of like started the whole thing. So people think of that drink as something that's like 1850s, maybe 1920s, 1930s or something. A Civil War era drink is probably what most people think. No, that's colonial. That thing is old as hell.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, cause the Georgia julep.
Yeah.
And that's with cognac.
Really?
It's
Yep.
cognac and peaches.
Yep.
That motherfucker is.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite julep, and I don't even like yak. Like that.
Mine is a champagne julep.
Ooh.
And the one that Freddie Schwank has at Geist is fire.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta slide.
Because they had that whole champagne garden.
Yeah.
That drink is so good.
Dude, I've still never eaten at Geist.
It's good, man.
Oh, man.
No, it's good.
I've went and had
it is.
drinks at Geist, but I've just never. And like one of my good friends had told me like that's his favorite restaurant,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm kind of a foodie.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess anybody that lives in this city pretty much is. If you're in the service
You
industry,
have to be at this
yeah.
point, right?
No.
I
No.
just like
I just
food.
work all the fucking time. And that's like legit my excuse. Vic is legit a fucking foodie. He's a food snob.
I'm not a food snob.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
I just don't
and
like
own
shitty
it.
food.
Not throwing hot
there's
sauce on his tuna.
There's nothing wrong with that, but yes, you are.
No,
You're a
I mean,
food snob.
I'll
Even your stepmother said that you're a food snob. Your father said it.
because
You got it from
motherfuckers-
them. Exactly. You got it from them. I'm just saying, just own it. It's okay.
Them
Nothing's wrong
motherfuckers is
with
food
it.
snobs. Shit. What else?
That's that coast living.
I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up on seafood, so like
Eating
you know,
good for years.
That's fine.
yeah, I grew up on seafood, and like I didn't have catfish until I moved to Nashville because,
Oh.
'cause, I mean, but
Those are the
I grew
best.
up on the bay. I didn't grow up by a river. I grew up on the bay. I grew up by the
I
fucking
get-
ocean.
no,
you know,
for sure.
yeah,
It's regional.
yeah. It's just a thing. Like, and seafood for me was cheap.
Y'all didn't have catfish out there?
I'm sure it was around, but it was way better fish to eat than catfish.
But
And then like me and my grandfather would go fishing, so whatever, and we caught a lot of trout. We caught a lot of trout, and then like we'd go home. My granny would like take the guts out, scale it, and all of that, and we would fried fish for breakfast, eggs, bacon, grits.
Okay.
Run that
trout.
Trout. Okay. Okay. I mean, not a crab cake or some shit, like
I
some
mean,
crab cake and some hash
Oh,
browns. and some
see,
shit.
we do whole blue crabs. That's what we do back home. We do the whole blue crab. Like
Oh,
we
you
don't.
bougie as hell. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Your ass
See?
gonna be
Yeah.
like,
See? This is
Blue
what I'm
crab
saying.
like, what'd you have for
for
breakfast? Casual. We had blue crab again. Like, motherfucker, please. I had two stale ass pieces of toast, half a piece of bacon, and half an egg because my damn brother stole the rest.
Maybe some cheese eggs if you're
May,
lucky.
ooh.
I love cheese
Oh,
eggs. I love
but here's the thing: do y'all
If you're lucky.
cheese or cheddar or American?
cheddar, sharp,
Sharp.
On your cheese or on your eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I like Gouda.
or
Gouda is
That's-
fucking.
no,
or-
Smell
sorry.
good on my
Yeah.
eggs. Yeah.
or Havarti. I get down with Havarti.
My
on the
country
eggs.
ass is throwing damn.
My
Kraft
grandmother did
singles
not
on that
put-
motherfucker
Yeah,
all day.
I'm straight American.
Growing up for me, like cheese on eggs was not a thing.
No.
And so,
Really?
yes. So whenever like my first
Oh.
college, like my first drunk college experience at fucking Waffle House, and I got that fucking like 2 cheese eggs, like special. Yes, cheese was always essential. Like
Yeah.
to
Like
this
once
day.
I was first introduced to cheese eggs, I was like, fucking game changer.
Yep. Mine was
Or
a Waffle
aged
House. I
Gouda.
remember it was Waffle
Dude,
House.
Waffle House is the GOAT. Waffle House
House
is the
is
best
the GOAT.
restaurant in America.
I'm not mad at it, especially
Nope.
like give me my fucking hash browns extra fucking crispy.
But
I
you
want
know
them
what?
motherfuckers to like,
It's really every Waffle House in Atlanta, dude.
Yeah.
But
Did we go to a Waffle House in Atlanta?
Okay, so sorry, random ass fucking story. So my dad and my stepman and Alice, they like, we're gonna go to Waffle House. We're gonna get some food. And I was like, I used to live by a Waffle House. I know all the secrets. I was like, I've had the salad at Waffle House before. Not even lying. I've had the salad at Waffle House. It's not bad. The burger's actually really
Man,
amazing.
that burger is boss.
But would you? Because we used to live together and we lived right by a Waffle House. But like the plug is get the bacon Texas cheesesteak melt plate. But get that motherfucker on raisin toast.
Yeah.
So what do you? Matter of fact, this is random segment. What do y'all get from Waffle House? Like, what is your go-to from Waffle House?
I do the steak and eggs with cheese eggs, and then just regular hash browns with nothing else on it because I've got enough calories currently on the plate.
I do the cheese egg plate. They don't have it on the menu anymore. But
Cheese egg plate. It's just fire though.
Yeah. So it's like the 2 scrambled eggs with cheese.
Yeah.
I add jalapenos and that shit.
Okay.
I get my hash browns and I'm like, I don't care if you bring my shit out last. Make sure my hash browns are crispy as shit. Like I want them to be
Man.
like a potato chip. I load that shit up with fucking hot sauce and some fucking ketchup.
sauce.
Yo,
And-
question.
Yes.
What kind of hot sauce?
I think it's like the Texas Pete, but they
Oh,
also
Texas Pete.
but they also have like the fucking jar with the peppers in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I put
Pepper,
that-
pepper sauce. My grandma used to make that
both
shit.
of that. I put both of that on there. I'm like, I load
Okay.
that shit up, and then I get the bacon, and then I get raisin toast with apple butter.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's lit.
It just depends, bro. Like,
We lived by a Waffle House.
yeah, so like sometimes I would go in there, Texas bacon cheesesteak melt, hook those hash browns up. Maybe I just want a grilled chicken biscuit, and give me some of that secret
Bro,
sauce.
that grilled chicken biscuit. When they had the jalapeno grilled
Wait.
chicken biscuit.
When they drop that secret
Grilled
sauce,
chicken biscuit.
the special sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, me and Clay might be Waffle House connoisseurs.
We should have plaques.
Slick in every Waffle House.
Or you just put my name on the bar.
Well, if this takes off and y'all maybe get like a contract with somebody, your first show could be traveling the country doing podcasts at different Waffle Houses.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you do bartenders all over the country, but you interview them at a Waffle House.
I'd be fucking lit.
I didn't bring my pen and paper today.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
okay,
Waffle
we can
House
play
would
it back.
Yeah. All three y'all in
Touche.
and just like in a really dope van.
Dude, like, I mean, you talking about like how we all just think of, when I say Waffle House is the best restaurant in America, think about how quick we all spit off our fucking order.
For sure.
Just like that.
You know the brand.
Yeah.
The brand is strong.
And every time I'm opening a restaurant, right, or I'm a consultant, or the places I've been very fortunate to be a partner in or something. Like, how are we gonna get kitchen staff? I say, how much are we paying? Cool. I'll go to a Waffle House. Look at a short order cook who doesn't get stressed because he's putting shit out, fast. It's like, how much do you make? I'll poach you from Waffle House. They got enough people. I don't give a shit.
Bro, you smart as hell. I've
You know what I'm
never heard
saying?
anybody do that.
I
And
would-
that's the smartest
You know
thing
what
to
I'm
fucking
saying?
do.
I would go sit at a Waffle House and ask them how much they're making, and then say, "Cool, I'll pay you $3 more an hour. You can work for me. Here's my card."
And next thing you know, that person has just created a name for themselves after a couple years in the city. Next thing you know, they go from being a Waffle House cook to being a sous chef to fucking.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
just here's somebody who's going to do the work, who's going to do it fast, who's going to do it efficient, who doesn't get frazzled, and who's going to be excited because he's in a job that's paying him more money. You know what I mean? Now, I will say this: I never poach bartenders. There are people. There's a problem with that here in Nashville. I got some of mine poached from Henley while I was there, but I don't poach people. I will never poach people because I don't believe in that. If I say, "Oh, I'm doing this thing," I get it. Somebody wants to come work, I'll talk to you. But I'm not going to bars to do that.
I've had some people try to
Yeah.
over the years. I mean, as all of us have, is like somebody like come through and be like, "Yo, you should come work for me." I'm like, man. Now, if I was working, and there's been a couple places that I didn't like working at,
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, I'll come work for you because I hate this fucking place." But
Hey.
I mean, and that's fine. But as far as like, if you found a place that is like your bar home, and the people that you work for treat you right and haven't given you a reason to fucking leave, I mean, the easy answer is fucking no.
Right.
Even if and I've had times like, man, I can come help out at this bar for a couple days, or I can go do this for a couple days, but my main bar is where I'm gonna be at until they fire me.
Me and Ben Rouse were having a conversation about. I remember I walked into Henley probably like a month and a half ago, and it was Ben, Marcus, and Natalie behind the bar. Guess who the first 3 interviews I had to be on the bar team at Henley were? Ben, Marcus, and Natalie. So these people had been there since we opened. That is super rare. And Ben goes, why do we leave? If it's good to us, if we've got things, we love what we're doing, why is there this culture of people that hop to the next thing, the hot thing, the hot thing, the hot thing? Then you're just a mercenary. You're not like building legacy. If you want to make this your career and like really, really elevate, you do something like this, which is bringing awareness and conversation and to a wider audience of what's happening, or you take that thing you got and you make that thing the best thing you can. The knock that people have on me, from what I've heard, because no one will has said it to me, but I've heard people have said it, is I care too much.
I agree with that. Me knowing you,
I care too much because every time I open a place, my goal is to be the first bar in Nashville on the world's 50 best bar list. Every time I step behind the bar, that's the kind of level of commitment I have to making people understand how dope this city is.
Every place that I've seen you work and that I've seen you help open, I can definitely see that that's what's going through your mind when you're doing it.
Every time,
every time.
I got one mode, best.
That's a word.
What was it? I saw a video. Marcus Spears was talking to Nick Saban in the car, and Marcus Spears looked at Nick Saban and said, "Man, don't you ever have fun?" Nick Saban didn't miss a beat. He goes, "Winning isn't fun."
You're not first or last,
right?
Fucking Nick
Bobby.
Saban.
Hey, GOAT. I ain't mad at him.
feel like I'm just gonna touch on something you just said. I've been that, I guess, mercenary before.
How many jobs you got, Clay? How many jobs you done had?
Shit. Lost count, bro.
dude. I feel like I'm starting to get up there with the numbers with Clay here lately. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
am I
because
doing?
it's like I've worked for places, but money's cool, but if you're not happy,
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like finding once you find that job, that's the thing is once you find that place. I know people who get to a place, the money's good. I know they're treated well because some of the people working for them, they're putting out good products and whatever. But it's just they have to go do the next thing. I mean, look.
I really don't think this is the industry for those people, though.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, because like if you're not passionate about something, then it's hard for you to like actually like give it your all. And I'm sure that we've all given our all to like a place or multiple places, and it's hard to break away from that.
Our industry,
50 plus hours last week.
I mean,
My man.
I think that's what everybody's doing right now.
Yeah.
But our industry is so.
Shit, I got 3 jobs.
Our industry is so weird because it is so many different things to so many different types of people.
Yeah.
You have the people like Tommy that worked in the service industry until his band took off. You have other people that are like in school, just working a bar job to make it through school. You know what I'm saying? You have people that just like work at a bar job to second income, just working on the weekends, probably a teacher Monday through Friday. Our industry, and then you have people that are career bar people like us.
Right.
It's just so many. Our industry is very, very complex. It's so many different things to so many people, and that's what makes it like. I disagree with this shouldn't be the industry. I disagree with that statement because it is just so many different things to so many different people, man. It's a way to make money. It's a fucking job. It's a way to make money.
But there's ways to put yourself in it, and I think it depends on what you did before you got in the industry. Being in a person that was an actor and in theater and all that, and, I went from you didn't have anything longer than a 3-month contract. So if you're conditioned that your thing is, I give this thing 3 months, I give this thing 3 months, I give this thing 3 months, that's where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a musician in the case of Nashville, you come here, you're a musician, you're just a next gig, next gig, next gig, next gig, next gig, next gig. So then you're coming into the same place. Not a new venue, not new people. Always new people coming in, but your bandmates are the same every night, but you're playing the same stage. The guests, the crowd changes, but think about that from their perspective. It's about understanding like, oh, that's where they came from, to kind of know where they are. And in the interview process, I try to, if I'm hiring somebody, talk to them about that kind of thing, see where they came from, because where you come from is going to indicate so much about where you are and where you're going to go, whether we admit it or not. There's so much that goes into our being that is preconditioned, that we gotta, you gotta find a way to see what it is. And I don't think there are a lot of people when, specifically hiring, are honest, right? Like when I was hiring Henley, I was like, hey, guess what? It's going to be the hardest bar you ever worked. It is going to be more demanding than any bar you've ever worked, and you're going to make less money than you're making right now. And I'm honest about that, because it probably is going to be.
Especially when they're coming from Broadway, man.
Or even high volume like craft bars. Like I knew what that was going to be, and it's like you got to be transparent.
Skulls might be
an anomaly.
Yeah, because I mean that bar, their bartenders, they
it's downtown. It's downtown money doing craft.
Yeah.
But it's so special. That's one of I would have never left that job had I not gotten to go on to Henley and be able to breathe that program that I had kind of been building in my head for. Oh shit, we got a shot to take.
Shit, man, shout out to Skulls. Yeah.
Shout out to Skull. Dave Rainbow, my dude. But
I feel like these shots keep getting bigger and
they
bigger.
They do. I saw the second glug on mine. I was like, motherfucker. But no, I would have never left that job if I didn't get that opportunity to, because from leaving New York into Henley, I had been building a large repertoire of what I wanted from my bar program. And so that gave me opportunity. But Skulls, it was beautiful because you come in, you got happy hour until food hits. Then you got, so you got phase 1. Phase 2 is dinner service, where you do 2 or 3 turns at the bar, where you've got, some level of single solo act happening, singer.
Price point is fucking.
And price point's dope.
Yeah.
So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is burlesque. Phase 4 is everyone from the service industry that comes by at the very end. Mm. So as a bartender, your night is not so monotonous of I'm doing this. You had these 4 very distinct changes, which made your night go by fast. But it also, each phase gave you a different crew of people. Mm-hmm. So you were always busy. After work, dinner crowd, party crowd, industry. And so we had this very beautiful, consistent. The first night I worked behind that bar was Ryan Yamada.
Oh shit! Who's a legend? That
Love Ryan.
Ryan he's a legend.
That dude. So I said, yo, we're gonna make this much money tonight. He goes, cool. And it was just the 2 of us behind the bar, and we were fucking going. And it was his first shift on the bar. And I kept talking about it. And he goes, let's make that money. He thought, and at the end of the night, he thought I was kidding the whole night. I said, hey, remember how much I told you we were going to make tonight? He goes, yeah. I went, boop. He goes, get the fuck out of here. I was like, no, for real. That's.
Can I ask what that number was?
500.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Tuesday.
Easy.
It was a Tuesday.
Easy.
That's
no,
a Tuesday.
but no, that's a Tuesday at Skulls.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Again, I love that bar. That bar felt good to work. That was with I had Dave and Tommy was there from who's now distilling, which is really kind of fucking cool. Yeah. He'd be a good guy to have on. He's an artist. He's great. So it was me, Yamada, at the end at Kende.
Yeah.
Brian Busher, because he's Skull's goat.
Akende's a legend too. I give him that. I give Akende a legend.
One of the first cocktail jobs he ever had was at my bar I opened in Huntsville, Alabama. I opened the first cocktail bar in the state of Alabama. Amendment 21 in Huntsville.
Oh, wow.
And that was his job. He worked there. And then
he's also the first black USBG
president in Nashville. Yeah.
Is it just Nashville?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Because we have a lot of the New York chapter.
Maybe the Atlanta chapter.
Atlanta, New York.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Atlanta's had one.
Yeah.
4, 2, and 3.
I mean, can they just work the Derby?
Yeah.
He just bartended the Speakeasy at the Derby. That's not an easy gig to get.
Fly as
I
fuck.
can't get that job.
That motherfucker did it.
He did it, and he crushed it. And he looked fly as fuck.
Yeah.
That damn bolo tie he was wearing. I was like, that bolo tie finally fucking paid off for you, homie. You've been rocking that shit for so long, and everybody's been like, And now I'm like, okay, the payoff. You got it. The payoff happens. You win.
Here are your flowers.
Here are your roses. You won the race. The
That
bolo
motherfucker's
worked.
been rocking the bolo for a
He
long
has.
He's been,
time.
yo. I mean, working in schools where you got to wear a tie. You don't want to wear a necktie because it might, and you don't want to wear.
But that's a good way around.
100%. I was a bow tie dude. I've always been a bow tie dude because the tie got in my drinks and ice and
Oh
shit.
yeah, you gotta have a tie clip.
Because I won't give a fuck. I'm just bartending at that point, 3-piece suit or not. I remember I did a comp. When I did world class, I did the speed round in a white linen suit.
Shit.
Cream linen suit. Sorry, cream linen suit. Cream. It was cream. So I did my speed
Shit.
round in a cream linen suit.
Would not a drop on you.
Hell no. I mean, I didn't finish in time, but it's okay. I did too much. I was too extra.
Because you care too much.
What? No, because I had
suit wearing ass. It's right.
girl. And if I showed you these motherfucking shoes I was behind the bar
Nope,
in, girl,
I'm
you'd have
sick.
slapped me in my face. Okay,
Man.
you'd have slapped me like you're in the bar in those. The year before when I did world class, I
Sliding
got
everywhere.
second in speed, and I said, "What's the deal?" They said you should have gone more. Okay, because what I did was I did a lot of classics because the last two drinks were classics. But I did a lot of classics and some plays on classics. It was about speed, and I did it, and I was like, whatever. And the dude who ended up winning speed, Chris Cardone, who's a fucking monster.
I've heard that
He
name
did
before.
speed, plus he, he's a flare guy. So he implemented actual flare. He crushed that round.
During the speed contest?
Yeah, during the
Fuck.
speed.
What
But
the
it's
fuck?
Flexing.
it's like crab. It's
That is
crab
flex-
speed.
that's flexing.
That's-
Well,
yeah.
it's crab speed.
Oh,
so
it's Gigatrix. It's
so
just-
what you talking? No, he's flipping bottles.
Oh.
No, fuck it. Like literally, Google Chris Cardone bartender, and there
I've
is
heard-
videos of him spinning bottles on his body and shit. He's incredible. Makes
I've
great
heard that
fucking drinks.
name.
But Chris is probably one of the most of all the people I've competed against, and I've done a lot of comps. He's the most focused person. When world class would end, if he lost, and he did until he won, he started the next day, prepping for the next year. So his journey was like 4 years. And I remember when I made myself retire from competing. I said, look, I'm either going to win world class or I'm going to move on to a job with a brand. And I ended up losing. And I remember just standing there just kind of like dumbfounded. I didn't understand. Because I had people telling me all year, oh, you're going to win, you're going to win. So, you had that thing in your head. And I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. That was very dumb, John. That was fucking dumb. That's why, like, now I have a conversation with my girlfriends. Hey, listen, if I ever get in that headspace, I want you to literally slap me in the face. Okay, or grab me by the face and kiss me and make me calm the fuck down, right?
And say stop being stupid.
Yeah, or just no. All I need is for her to like that, look in my eyes, like grab my face, look in my eyes, and let me realize, oh, let me take a fucking step back, right? Because breathe, right? Because there's the person you love is somebody that's gonna make that happen. I told her like now that I'm about to do this opening, I was like, hey, I just want you to know like I love you, but I'm a whole other animal when I'm opening something. I'm so high focused. People have to stop me, grab me, put me in a chair, putting food in front of me for me to eat. I'm serious. I get super focused.
I've met a lot of people like that. That like just fucking
can't.
go.
In New York, I was opening American Whiskey, and my partner Kevin literally went and bought me food, and he puts that at a table and goes, "Hey, we got a meeting." I was like, "Okay." So I go around. It's like, "Cool, sit the fuck down and you're fired." Oh, you want me to eat? Word. Okay. And so I had to eat, but like, Chris did that thing, and I remember like losing. I drank way too much Johnny Walker Blue because it was an open bar and it was Johnny Walker Blue. I was like, I'll take a Coke. I don't care. And so we're standing there, and he just comes up and gives me this hug. He gives me this hug, like he knows, because he's gone through that thing where he didn't. Because my biggest fear in life is failure. Biggest fear in life, and I've learned more from my failures than my successes, and I'm very proud of myself for that. My grandmother made sure that was a thing in my life. But yeah, like that dude is. Google Chris Cardone.
I already did. It's on my phone.
I would like to get something like that popping in Nashville, like just some type of competition or activity, or just for shits and giggles.
You know what does a great thing, man.
Like not for accolades or anything.
But no, all right,
I
so
don't care about anything else.
There's this competition it might have been done the last time, but it's called Rematch Biatch. You can also Google Rematch Biatch. It is a tiki speed competition where everyone that shows up, it's a bartender. It's not sponsored. You show up with a $100 bill with your name on it. Y'all put it in a pot. Winner takes all.
Oh, that's lit.
Right?
That's lit.
But it's like
One more time.
Rematch Biatch. My homie Giuseppe Gonzalez, formerly New York, out of Vegas, he kind of spearheads a lot of that. And they like the world record is, I think it's 8 tiki drinks. He did. Steve Schneider from EO did it in 1 minute and 21 seconds.
8 drinks in a minute.
Also, just so we know,
Tiki drinks.
What's tiki drink? though?
Zombie, Mai Tai, 2 daiquiris, rum and coke, Papa beer, blended pina colada. Shit, what's the other one?
What the fuck?
In a minute, a caipirinha and a mojito.
in a minute and 20. How many seconds?
In a minute and 21 seconds, Steve
fuck
Schneider
that.
did it.
Also,
That video is also online
Just so
on
you know,
YouTube.
when you're looking this up, biatch is spelled literally
B-E-E.
I knew it.
Yeah. BEYATCH.
A minute and 28.
Minute and 21. You can watch that video online. He was super smart. He didn't have pour spouts.
Ah.
You can watch Rematch Biatch
That's smart.
rounds
what the fuck?
online.
How was he-
It will impress the shit out of you.
I mean, because like, man, if you know how much the alcohol looks in the glass, like you can fucking just pour it. From
Especially a
the fucking bottle.
caipirinha, you got lime, muddle, bop, and you got your bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
But people are grabbing like 2 bottles of lime, 2 bottles of simple,
And
so
trying
it's
to pour
less
that
time.
shit.
2 or 4 bottles of rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like I mean, I was supposed to do it once, and it was the day I was supposed to get on a plane in Miami to do it in Miami. The day after we had Speed Rack here, and you know it's Speed Rack, so there's a lot of industry people, and I drank way too much. I drank way too much.
Isn't
I lost
that what we do though?
I know, but I lost my wallet and couldn't get on a plane.
Fuck that.
I was furious because I'd already bought the plane tickets. I had a place to stay in Miami. I was ready to go down there and do this comp and get my ass kicked because these motherfuckers are fire, and I'm just kind of okay. But I lost my day. I was like, motherfucker.
I mean, competitions has never been my thing. I mean, I'm a mildly competitive person, but not competitive enough to like.
Homie, I'm so competitive.
It depends on who it is for your challenge.
I like to race at work.
Yeah.
I do like to race
Oh,
at
yeah?
work. Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, hey man, like, so like, cause me and Elise got to work together
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, and
I'm so happy she's back here behind the bar, dude. That girl's so good.
dude. And she was like, Vic, my only conditions to Jim and Drew was that me and you work together. And I was
Yes!
like, I was like, yeah, cause like when pre-COVID, when I was like fast. I was like, everybody talks about you being fast, and you just so happen to be pregnant, and I'm mad at you the whole night because like
You can't like, yeah.
you're taking shots of water with me, and everybody tells me how fast you are, and I'm like, you just waddling behind the bar.
Yo, bro, when she was at 308,
That girl's a monster.
When she's at 308?
that girl is a fucking monster.
you didn't want no part of that.
None.
That staff, like, when you had like,
They
it
had
was-
some killers.
It was her. Wait, one night it was her. I think Britt Solar, who's a goddamn animal, and Matt Izaguirre. That B308 staff was sick.
That's crazy.
And then Ben, who's a little older than me, but Ben still like gets it.
Oh yeah.
Like when he works, he'll work the Pro Diver bar by himself, and he don't need no help.
No, he's just like, yeah.
He needs no
working.
help.
It's
That
working.
dude. You know,
And
it's-
still taking shots the whole night with you.
Oh yeah.
See, I would like to do some speed shit, but I'm over the whole cocktail competition thing.
But something like Rematch would be dope. There's what's the other one? For cancer awareness in Vegas. There's another one. It's the same kind of thing as Rematch, but it's classics.
We need to post a list on this
Barmania.
description on the podcast.
Barmania.
Dude, what's it?
Barmania.
Espolorita? What's Espolon's competition?
That's not speed though. That's
I mean,
you know.
my bar mom, fucking
Bar mom.
yeah,
Got a bar mom?
I got a bar mom. I mean, everybody has somebody that gave you game at the bar, and
Yeah.
that's
Phoebe
your bar.
Browder.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you know, Emily
Phoebe
Raymond.
Browder.
Emily.
Oh yeah.
And that's a cold motherfucker, man.
The cocktail fights.
Her and Ellen.
That's
her and
Nash-
Ellen.
That's Espelon, right?
Espelon.
Yeah.
Natural bartender won that nationally.
Word.
Puck.
Puck won that?
Puck won the whole
No
motherfucker.
bullshit. Puck won that?
A whole ass thing. Monster. Fucking monster.
Puck is a beast.
You have
Puck
to dress
is a
up as a thing. He was like the barbarian, and this big Viking looking handsome motherfucker walks out like in damn loin. I'm like, motherfucker, you're a walk-in thirst trap right now in this loincloth. And he was like pouring drinks with his hands and didn't need a strainer and shit like a Viking was. Like, man, this is sick. His drink was like the blood of the fallen. It was like, it had this beet juice like blood red. It was, he crushed that comp, dude.
Yeah, they can get very creative with those.
Yeah, man.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah.
I remember when Emily won, him and her and Ellen.
Yeah.
And like, you know, they like the last round.
I judged that year.
Were you a judge?
I think I judged that year.
It was at Exit Inn?
Yeah, I judged that year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No. It was at Mercy Lounge. Or not Mercy, but Cannery.
No. The one Emily one was at Exit.
Okay, then this maybe was a year before.
What like she's like at the end of the night, I was like, so what was the last drink that you made? And she was like, well, you know, something. She's like, the finals is in Manhattan, so all I did was a Reposado Black Manhattan.
But that's the thing, like you can't for that comp that works, right?
Yeah.
There are people who won comps on drinks, and there's someone that completely did a classic or modern classic, and they just changed which ingredients. Instead of this whiskey, use this whiskey. Instead of this bitters, they use this bitters, and won the goddamn comp.
I mean, but it was delicious though.
Well, it was, but it's because you had a chef. And two media personalities judging. They didn't know that was they just basically that's like me making a Manhattan with chocolate bitters and X, Y, and Z whiskey and calling it a new drink. Right?
All right, Katie. That's
what's
right.
up.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's on silent. I don't know how to work this.
Oh, you got.
Oh, she got an Apple Watch. She don't know how to put it on
flexing.
silent.
She don't know how to-
I'm not flexing. That's not a fucking flex. Y'all know I don't know how to
That's
fucking
that
work
Series 5
technology.
flex
Fuck
for you
all
guys.
y'all.
All you have to do is like you scroll up and you type. You scroll up and you
hit. You got to do
yeah.
this and then you do this.
No, you just literally.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a passcode on you super secret. Who is on your wrist like that?
Yeah.
Bro, but hey,
HBK, who is on
motherfuckers be
your-
crazy these days. You got to.
all in the goddamn
Who
watch.
is in your wrist?
You be
Hey,
asleep
I
with your watch on. Somebody.
Yeah.
No. The one above it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What, this?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You got a passcode on your watch.
I mean, I do too.
I don't know
Do
how,
you?
like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
mean,
I
I
mean,
thought it was a thing.
I got a privacy screen on my phone.
Okay.
First of all, I don't have to hide anything.
I mean, I got nothing to hide, but I'm also a private human. I don't really like my shit out on streets, right?
I mean, I get unsolicited dick pics a lot, trying to comfort me during my depression.
Yeah.
So
We know about that one.
I heard
Let's-
about that.
So are they unsolicited,
they
or do
all-
they know that you're depressed, so they're trying to help you?
That,
So that's solicitation.
that's not a fuck. That's not what I'm
That's
asking
some solicitation.
for. It's not
But that's
solicitation.
solicitation.
Hey, girl, I
If
know
like I need to be helped, here you go.
This happened to me just like a few days ago, and it was like the most disheartening thing for me. I was so broken on the inside. I was like, "You've got to be shitting me."
Bro, her Instagram story looks so fucking sad.
I was so sad. I was so sad.
I'm pouring my soul
Were you
out,
sad that
and
it
you
happened,
send me
or
a
were you
dick
sad
pic?
at the item from which you were sent?
I was sad that it happened because
okay.
I have multiple of that same item in my phone already.
And
That are
So-
probably okay.
And then
okay.
at the end of her Instagram story, she was just like, I'm not leaving the house today.
That sounds like me, like all the time. I hate leaving the damn house. Now,
I was
got
like, damn, Katie,
All
you need a
right.
hug? Shit.
Man, shout out to unsolicited dick pics.
yeah. I'm rocking a light switch. I don't do that shit.
Oh, God. Wow.
This motherfucker said a light switch.
A light switch.
And then
A light switch.
wait, I'm sorry. Just to add to that, he sends me a message back like 15 minutes later because I didn't respond to the dick pic and was like, "I hope you enjoyed waking up to that." And then when I didn't respond to that,
Please tell me you said I could barely see it.
No.
Please tell me you said that.
No.
I hope he's
Like
listening
then
to
when I
this
didn't
shit.
respond to that,
For real.
he FaceTimes me.
Oh, I can't.
Oh God.
And I answered,
With the dick fully erect.
no. He
Just ready.
was actually clothed and working, and I was like, you know, I really appreciate the fact that you just completely didn't listen to anything that I said to you about my depression and like what's actually going on in my life, and you sent me a dick pic. I really appreciate that. I feel valued. Thank
I
you.
feel valued.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sending me like a slab of elbow skin.
And he did, that didn't even affect him. He was just like,
Yeah, whatever.
Men
he was
need-
like, I mean, you can come over here tomorrow.
okay. Let's talk about real quick. 'Cause a lot of
HBK.
I have a lot of female friends. They've talked about. There's nothing sexy about a dick.
No.
Nothing.
No, I barely
The
like looking at my
female
own.
figure is beautiful.
God.
Men, if you want to send your woman something to tantalize her, wear a motherfucking suit, look clean, look like you have some goddamn respect, and then show her you are a grown ass man. That might help you.
He also
Your
shaved his
flaccid dick
beard
ain't
down.
helping.
He shaved his beard down and he had a
Sounds like free
whole
game.
cop
I mean-
mustache, and I was just like, I'm done.
I know some chicks that collect dick pics like Pokemon cards. So like,
Well,
Gotta
also,
catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
I don't trust motherfuckers either. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
so what you doing with dick pic?
wait,
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
just
you
got
gonna
a
put
dick
me on
pic.
blast later?
No.
I got plans for my life.
Man,
I'm
you
not.
got-
I'm not trying
you
to.
got my light switch just out here,
Right.
out here in the world.
I just want you to
I
know
mean-
that women only enjoy those if we
Ask for them. Yeah.
Just so you know, just pass that on. It's like, you know, it's a little treasure.
I
It's a
pro-
little treasure. We only like it if we ask for it. If you send that shit unsolicited, we are showing it to every fucking body. Like, look at this, bitch.
I
Look
just-
at this shit.
I just actually send pictures of actual light switches.
I send,
I do.
I send pictures.
I've
of,
done that to people. I'm
That's
like, oh, can you get a dick
funny.
pic? Sure.
Yeah.
It's a
I
light
send,
switch.
I send pictures of Dick Tracy, Dick Cheney.
Can I get a dick pic, Dick Cheney? There's nothing sexier than Dick Cheney. Let me tell you.
Dick Cheney.
You know, Dick Tracy with the yellow coat. Like I always, that's my dick.
Warren Beatty used to get. You know what I mean? That dude wasn't around.
Wow.
From what I hear.
Have we got his walk-in story yet?
I was just about to do that also.
What's my walk-in story?
Oh,
We
man.
need to get it from you.
No. Katie
No.
got to do that. Is Katie?
Katie,
shit.
what's
Yeah,
up?
that
we-
is
we-
my
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, so it's time to go into that dark place and pull out your best actual walk-in cooler experience whenever you had to go in there, whether it was like something that made you mad, whether you was
Word.
in there
Okay,
doing some
so-
freaky shit. Yeah, say less, go.
So I'm opening this restaurant. I ain't gonna say where, I ain't gonna say who. So I'm opening this restaurant. I'm behind the bar, you know, doing whatever I need to do. And I need to, I think grab mint or something. I was doing R&D on like a old Cuban variation or some shit. So I'm
Old Cuban is a great drink.
Goddamn, Audrey Sanders, Pegu Club. Goddamn, bitch is bad. But great drink. And so I walk in and I was like, oh, yeah. And it's not like a short distance. So I'm over here thinking a million things. I'm like, I got this. I open the walk-in door. The sous chef, one of the line cooks, is running a train on another line cook.
Hell yeah.
Chugga, cheese.
What the?
Hold on,
fuck?
Wait. Hold up. It was day one.
What the fuck?
It wasn't like they built up to this shit. They just decided, we gonna go run a train in this bitch in the walk-in.
Lit.
And I'm just like,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm fucking it.
fuck you not though.
I
Fuck you not though. Open the door and I see it. And my first response is to say, man, can you hand me that mint over there? Homie kept stroking. Just gave me the mint. I washed it twice. I had to. I did a seance around it. It was awful.
That might be number one. That might be number one right now.
I mean, none of them worked there the next day, obviously, because
Avi.
I'm like doing the thing. The chef goes, "Oh, how you doing?" I was like, "Go to the walk-in, chef."
Oh, you snitched on him though.
Is it a snitch or is it just looking out for my place of employment?
You right.
Because guess what? Because guess what? Y'all all got off at 4:30.
Man, and it
Seems like they all. It seems like they all get off at the same time.
If the girl is lucky, yes.
if the girl is like, she just got.
No, she just got railed. She didn't even get any enjoyment out of any of that shit.
But man, there's nut on the. There's
Guarantee it.
There's nut on like the little produce that's on the
Bro,
side.
they had to clean out the whole ass thing. They threw everything away, cleaned the whole ass shit.
Oh, that's
This
a
is
lot of money.
day one.
Should have brought in a
You're
black
gonna
light.
get fired. That's a
That's
hell of a
a
way to
lot
get
of
fired.
fucking-
Hey, if you're gonna go out at least
Yeah.
like that.
I mean,
Right? Like, how'd you lose your job?
What
Well,
happened? Right. What happened with your last place of employment?
I had this one dick right here,
well,
and I had this other dick behind me, and it was.
I was fucking.
I'm just saying
We
it
be
was.
fucking.
I'm just saying it was dicks everywhere.
There was just dicks.
It was just dicks, and it was me. And I can't tell you exactly the placement of the dicks, but yeah, I
And
was
mint.
around. And mint. Somebody came in
Dicks
asking
and-
for mint. I couldn't
Bruh.
say anything. That was
Whose Instagram handle's now gonna be Dicks and Mint?
Dicks and man.
dicks and mint.
Dicks and men.
That's what I mean. I've never walked in on somebody. I don't think I've walked in on a matter of fucking in a walk-in. I mean, I've definitely walked in
No.
on like, people like making out or like finger blasting somebody.
I mean,
but
it's weird because my only other walk-in story other than that was like when I worked at this like fast casual Mexican joint. Now we had these cookies that we kept in the cooler, and so I just would go in there and eat some motherfucking cookies, and I got caught. That's the most exciting thing on the
Oh,
walk-in
yeah,
with me.
that's
And then
not
this
as-
other thing happened. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, word.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
One was in college, and the other was much years later. I was like,
That's number
wow.
one for me.
no, yeah, that was a whole other thing.
Man said a train.
Not like a train
Oh, he was waiting for his turn.
for sure. They were all still wearing their chef coats.
Oh,
That's lit. That's
she was,
lit.
Nah,
I
she
mean-
was just nasty. Sis, I'm sorry.
It happened in Miami. Yeah.
It is pasta sauce on this coat. It's pasta sauce and nut on this coat.
Yikes. Yikes.
That's fucking
Like, nah, bro,
hilarious.
that ain't sour cream, homie. That's not.
Jesus
So we need to go to Miami and we need to go to Cracker Barrel in Murfreesboro.
No.
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 I'm not going to Miami for those reasons.
No.
I'm too old.
I love Miami.
I'm
It's almost
too
been
old
my
for this
40th.
shit.
Miami.
I think I'm too old for a train.
Me and Elise talked about being too old yesterday for
I
this
thought
shit.
you were about to say you and Elise talked
No,
about trains.
not about trains. Nope. Too many options in the room. Somebody's getting their feelings hurt, and it ain't me. I'm just saying. Somebody's getting
Oh,
their
so
feelings
you
hurt.
selfish.
It's
So you
crazy.
selfish.
Hey, fucking
crazy
exactly.
right now.
Hey, I don't like twine, so it ain't happening. It's gonna be a whole nother nigga like, yes, and don't be my main because you might get your feelings hurt if you bring a friend. I'm just saying.
Have y'all ever watched Gigolos?
No,
I think it's on Showtime.
no.
Buff Bagwell was actually on there. I don't know if y'all remember him from
wrestling?
WCW. Yeah, Buff
Oh.
Bagwell.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, but there was this episode where this lady paid at least 4 or 5 gigolos to just come in and take turns with her.
Oh no.
She paid for that shit.
Yeah. No.
I'm
mean-
good on it. I'm good.
But nobody was in there at the same time. Like, it was like one-on-one, but it was at least 5, 6 dudes.
Yeah. No. You know, the other ones are standing around watching.
No, they was outside and like in the living room waiting, you know.
How do you do that? Like, oh, man, so.
Like this, like you know, just listen to somebody that's like, yeah, and then like you like
And
you
then
go
these
over there with big dick energy, like I'm about to do the best. Like no,
No, it was like when they first got there, it was kind of
It's
like,
so weird.
you know, no, I'm going in first.
weird.
I was like, yeah, I want to go in first too. I'm not trying to go in after 5 motherfuckers.
I'm actually kind of disgusting. I kind of want to be right in the middle. Like, let me get like 3 or 4. Like, it's already worked up and shit. Like, yeah.
Son, y'all drawing straws for coochie. No, out here fucking drawing short straws for coochie.
Oh, man,
Who
somebody-
gets the biggest straw?
It's a very entertaining show.
Somebody just, he got done. No, you go ahead too, bro. You good? I'm good. I'm good.
You think they're in the room like, hey, bro, you like, or like, I'm like that. Let me go before you. I'm just.
I mean,
let me
no.
just-
I just,
let me run this up.
I don't want any expectations.
I'm gonna finish up this game of 2K first.
Oh my God.
We're in the third quarter.
I am-
you can go, bro.
I am not gonna say that that's a real thing.
We are literally so off topic right now. We are literally so off.
It happens with me. Every time.
No, it happens every fucking time we do this.
I
shit.
am not
Like, I'm
gonna
like,
say that ever happened. It never happened. That no one has ever finished a game of 2K. Wow, yeah, never happened.
Oh, I can't even speak on that, bro. Can't even speak on that.
I mean, I'm just saying people are different people now.
Yeah.
Don't judge my past, judge my present.
Let's go back to Mr. Howard.
You brought
I
up
wanna go back
gigolos,
to-
bro.
I wanna go back to-
It's all your fault.
This is your fault.
I do want to
Was
go
it
back to poaching though.
Okay.
poaching?
Yes, whenever you're talking about like, yeah,
Like fish, like a chef, or like we talking about?
Eggs?
bartenders.
Eggs?
Like,
Oh,
no.
bartenders.
So-
Yes.
Not
So
eggs. Not
so
eggs.
not
She woke
poached
up
eggs.
like I felt like she was asleep until like 10 minutes ago. We started talking about dick pics and like, hey,
What up, though?
I've been going through it.
Okay. First
Yo.
of all, you do know this is HBK, man. This is Hot
oh yeah,
Box
it's
Katie.
HBK. Yeah,
Hot Box Katie.
100%.
She's a legend.
She's
Yeah. Oh no, I'm for real. I get
Fuck
it.
all
I get
that
it.
legend bullshit. I've been going through it for the past couple weeks. I'm just like, man.
Let's talk about
yeah.
it.
No, but like, so
Poaching.
when were you poached? Or will you ever like own up to the fact that yes, you've been poached a lot?
When has he not been poached?
That's
Like
what I'm
when are
saying,
people
right.
not?
No, actually. Oh, that's
You've
a
been
lie.
given- yeah.
So a very specific one. I was working behind a bar in Nashville. It was my first job in Nashville, where I was behind the bar, and it's a bar attached to a music venue. Do the math. And Leon Bridges was playing.
I love Leon.
It was great.
Leon's great.
Cool story. So he comes in. He's with like 3 people. That we're doing this like little secret show thing for Lightning 100, and I'm the only bartender. He drinks egg white whiskey sours, for the record. At that point, I didn't know who he was. He was younger. You know, this was right when his album was just about. And we get done with the photo shoot thing or whatever, and I'm setting the bar up for the show. And one of the other bartenders that worked there and her friend was just sitting at the bar, and they're talking about going to get some lunch. I was like, "Oh, I want to get some tacos." He goes, "I want a taco. Can I go?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so these 2 girls just took Leon Bridges to get tacos, and then he was late for sound check, you know, but he came back. But that night, I was working, and 2 very prominent bartenders. One that's an owner was opening their second place, and their partner come in, and then they were like, "Yo, we love you. You should come work for us." I was like, "Yeah, why?" Because we're going to open one of the best bars in the world. And I was like, "Okay, let's go." And then I proceeded to get them so drunk they were throwing up in the bathroom at one of their bars. And that's how I met Alexis and Britt Solar.
Well, there it is.
and opened Old Glory. Yeah.
Man,
Shit.
shout
And that was
out
it.
to fucking that.
That's funny.
That still is one of the most fruitful. My time at Old Glory was like rad. Like that was rad. To be able to work in that space and work for those girls and work with those girls was dope.
Big moment that I remember, Old Glory moment, when they did the Hendrix party there. I don't know if you were here. Dude, that Hendrix party, it was a Hendrix service industry Christmas party.
I remember hearing about it. I had to work that night. I couldn't go.
Okay,
But yeah.
okay, you know Old Glory being Old Glory, so they decided to like come up with a cocktail list and
Of course.
and didn't expect that like you got literally like maybe 200-300 bartenders. We don't give a fuck.
Nah,
like,
bro.
we, like, I mean, it's a gin party. Oh, we're drinking gin and tonics and we're taking shots of gin. This night's gonna.
It's gonna go real well.
But no, they had like this one bitch. She's fucking hanging from the ceiling doing
Yeah,
gymnastics.
yeah.
Fucking.
Dude, that's like the fact that they used the top of that space is what's the best.
I mean, that, but like I remember it because Felix was there. Me, Felix, and you know those, and that's my Old Glory moment of just sitting there like looking and being like, this space is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And but like it got to a point. I think they said fuck making the cocktails.
Oh, for sure.
And someone was just like, some smart bartender that would have did something that I would have did. Motherfucker was like, I'm just about to pour gin and tonics until I run out of Collins
Was
glasses.
that John Pete? Because I bet that sounds like John Pete.
I think it might have been.
He's a brilliant dude. Yeah.
And he was like,
yeah.
and he's like, just start handing out gin and tonics.
So I've had that moment. I was working for Diageo at Tales of the Cocktail for their portfolio party. And I show up and I was like, what booth am I at? Because they do the booths by brand. They're like, you're at Ciroc. I was like, oh, word. And I'm noticing like everyone else has like punches or highballs. I had 2 shaken drinks. The Diageo event was also a Snoop Dogg concert that night. So I'm the only booth with shaken drinks, and it's Ciroc, and it's a Snoop Dogg concert.
What Ciroc was it? Did it have the watermelon? The watermelon.
I had all the things.
The watermelon. The watermelon.
I had
You were
one
so
drink was
high.
apple, one drink was. So I was like about halfway through, and we had this little ass booth. People had these big elaborate ass things. We had this little motherfucker. You wouldn't use this shit at a wedding. It was awful. And so I remember somebody walked through and they go, "You are here?" I said, "Yeah." They go, "Oh no." I was like, "Why?" I mean, it's fine. I'm getting paid to be here. I'm just happy to be here. And halfway through this thing, every other booth, Johnny Walker, Tanqueray,
No.
Kettle One, all that.
Don't
People
nobody
were
want
there.
that shit.
Well, people were there. Motherfucker, I was 5 or 6 deep. I looked at my bar back, who's one of the brand people, and said, "Hey," I said, "I need 4 cases of Topo Chico." She goes, "Why?" I was like, "Because I need 4 cases of Topo Chico." She goes, "Well, it's not one of the drinks." It's like, "Go get me my goddamn Topo Chico."
I'm telling you what I need right now.
And so
Like,
she comes back with the Topo. I throw all of my cocktail batches, tins, shake all my shit underneath the boil, and I just start making Ciroc peach and soda. Motherfucker, y'all drinking this. This what's going to be. And so all of a sudden, I'm putting out like they were for display. They weren't even on. I start grabbing Ciroc peach and soda and just hammering at it. And what Jeff Bell from PDT was at Johnny Walker across the way, and he just looks up at me and he goes, "Okay." Because I'm sick of being weeded at a free event because it was all the alcohol's free.
I mean, but see, that makes a moment. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That and a Ciroc peach and soda sounds like a
so
damn
tasty.
Sounds like a damn good
It's
vodka
also
soda.
crowd play. It's also crowd play. Like Ciroc is a brand for the crowd that Snoop is going to bring
Right.
in, and
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
smart.
is already like sweet.
It's
you don't-
well. Here's the thing.
yeah.
about Ciroc,
Sounds like an
low key,
alcoholic knee high.
low.
that what?
Well, no,
Peach-
bro.
Oh, peach knee high.
Ciroc.
Ciroc's a good flavor vodka.
Yo, it's a good vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used, when I used to
with
do,
the soda.
when I used to
There's
do
still some green apple
when I used to do some like brand tastings, right? I would taste people on 5 vodkas blind. I'm talking 99.9% out of 100. Everyone said Ciroc was the best every time when it was
Ciroc's
blind
Ciroc's a
and
good
they
vodka.
didn't know.
Not bad.
It's good. The bottle needs some work. I think the bottle is dated and it looks very much like when it launched. So we're thinking about that time and not timeless. And it's a Diageo product, so obviously I know it. But you think the rest of what they do, Bulleit's bottle is timeless, Tanqueray's bottle is timeless, Kettle One's bottle is timeless, Zaccapa's bottle is timeless, Johnny Walker.
You know
even though
that
that's
bottle
not
before
the
you
change.
see the name on it.
100%.
Yeah.
And so like for Ciroc, I think if Ciroc gave themselves a more sort of timeless
Instead of that frosted
packaging.
glass.
Yeah, with the damn
That-
circle that nobody fucking knows what it is.
shit.
They don't know it's a grape vodka,
Yeah.
and that's for grape. They don't,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
cold macerated.
nobody
It's
nobody
cold
knew that.
macerated too, which is kind of cool because the sugars of the grapes are so high they don't have to actually do the ferment. No thing. I'm not going to do that. I
Oh,
don't work for
shit.
I don't work for Diageo anymore. Please contact Ray Tremblay at raymo.ontherocks on Instagram.
There it is. There the fuck is.
I used to play kickball,
Oh, shit, I'm
the
kicking
Nashville
shit now.
Kickball League, and every year I would bring every game I would bring a bottle of Ciroc, and that's just what we would drink. And at the end, we had this thing called the Victory Circle because we won all the time, and we would pass the bottle of Ciroc until it was done, and then whoever was the MVP got the bottle. So we just would go through peach, apple, pineapple.
Did you put
Yo,
Joko on Ciroc?
No, that's Ray too. So
Okay.
me.
Okay.
So
you know what?
Joko came in with a bottle.
I
of
know.
Ciroc.
I heard. I
Yeah.
mean, I listen. I just didn't.
I was so not happy, and he just kept filling my fucking.
It's so good though. So
Yeah.
no, how that happened? Like so, Ray Tremblay, who is one of my dearest friends, Joe's roommate, one of Joe's dearest friends. He got me the job with Reserve or Diageo because he moved on to be an exponentially better person than me and a better badass than I'll ever think to be. So Ray has this national job, and that's how me and Joe, who knew each other, got really close.
I mean, they're even.
It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. It ain't bad.
If you lean it like that, sure.
We're talking about
now-
shots, not his
I
penis.
mean,
Not
but
my
I mean,
penis,
but
not his
man,
penis.
we're just talking about the end of the Bible.
And but so
Cheers.
cheers. So Ray, who would be a great person
Bart.
on the show, by the way. Ray is
Please link us.
Ray.
with-
Ray has worked. He works for Diageo. He was a national educator for Diageo. That the tweeting.
First
you
of
need to
all,
tweet
Birds
about
in the
this.
Trap sing John Howard.
Right. But not like Ray.
That's
Ray,
funny.
Ray is this dude, man. Like he worked in Boston. He worked in Miami. He's done the thing. Angels Envy National. Like so, he's to this day one of the most. And I'm saying this, one of the most impressive people I've ever met in the beverage industry. I'm super impressed by him every day. But he got me that job. And then that forced me into the job, and that's how me and Joko got real close. But the three of us together is like trouble, right? When the three of us are all together in the same place, it's usually trouble.
Joko's a sweet person, but if you hang out with Joko, it's trouble.
Bro,
trouble.
me and Joe probably went out 6 nights a week for a year and a half. It is aggressive. But so Ray is the one who probably had the thing with Ciroc to be like, oh, yo, take this, it's good. Because it
Yeah.
is good. So
No,
if
it's
you can
how-
get that summer colada, though.
Ray and Joko showed up late, or I don't know if they were like downstairs
Yeah.
before, like on Saturday, but they came upstairs late, and I was like this. I was like, "Hey, Joko,"
You talking
and then
about,
Ray,
it was Jamie and Joko, right?
no,
No, it was Ray.
It was Ray.
Yeah.
When the fuck did I see Jamie? I saw Jamie.
Jamie was there at one point, but he left
He-
before he even.
Was it Saturday? I
His
think it
friend,
was
yes,
Saturday.
his friends made it
Yeah.
upstairs.
No bullshit. Friday night, yo, seeing Case Bloom and Nick Miletus together. Case Bloom
Was that Friday?
Yo.
That was
Y'all-
that was.
Oh, you were-
No, they
too,
worked.
right?
They DJ that Friday, didn't they?
I was off
No,
on Friday.
no,
But you work at
no,
Rosen,
it was
right?
Saturday.
Yes.
It was
Yeah,
Saturday. It
It
was
was
Saturday.
Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Saturday was a long day for me.
Case is so good, dude.
So-
Case is so good,
Well,
dude.
you know what? It's only 2 people in Nashville that I know of DJ wise that have DJ packed out Madison Square Garden, and one of them's not here anymore. Adam has done it.
Yep, he's in Miami.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Nick Miletus has done that.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, just having that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But Nick,
I've done it.
but also, but Nick
Not
Nick
for the dick
still
show.
Nick still he's still killing it at Mas Tacos. You
Yeah.
forget that Nick is just over there at Mas Tacos, like
Kicking it.
kicking it, slick working, but like
But yo, I love that extension they did. That's dope.
dude,
That's
it was
super
such
dope.
a good DJ set. I do wanna say something. I got you. I do want to say something. It's one thing that me, Clay, and Katie always do talk about, and is that in the service industry, people that come into the bars like to view us as things and not actual people.
Fair.
And
Yep.
we are perpetually we are an accessory to the people that come into our bars night. Not their life, their night. And now we're technically in a tourist city, so it is even more frequent. And that's something that we talk about that off air a lot about like just you don't think that I got a mother or this person has a son, daughter, somebody going through something that they got to take care of. People start to forget that we
Our people, and that we
Our
should be
people.
respected
Yeah.
and not disrespected, because it happens a lot.
The amount of people that don't understand the sheer mass of people that go out to eat and drink
everybody goes out and eats. And drink.
Exactly. You know, which is why I'm doing that thing I'm doing.
But what it is,
Touche.
I mean, and it's just one thing that I just want the people that are in Nashville right now and are listening to this podcast. We are here with you. We are
Yep.
doing the same exact thing. I want y'all to keep fucking grinding.
Yeah, bro.
Because
For
that's
sure.
what the fuck we doing,
Yep.
and that's what the fuck this city is based on, man. Nashville strong and spread love. It's a Nashville way.
100%.
But transitioning, man, into like the homie John Howard really does have some fucking dope shit that I think everybody needs to hear, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let him speak his piece.
No, on a very real place. When we were going through COVID, and I started to see a lot of my friends who are very talented, very good at what they do, and those people were losing their jobs or didn't have jobs, or their businesses were closing because of something they couldn't help, and the people in Washington weren't doing anything to help that industry. They just said, oh, they use it as a talking point to say, hey, it's so bad because this has happened. I started to see it, and it started to really upset me. It was a closing of Gotham Bar and Grill in New York that really got me when I heard that place was going to reopen, because that place, I worked there. It's been there for 35, I think 35-ish years. I don't remember at this point. It's been a lot of Altos, but and I started wanting to say, you know what, I want to do something, and so I reached out to a frat brother of mine.
What frat are you in, first of all?
I'm a very proud member of the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity.
No, 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 you're not. You, no, you.
Keep your heart and your mind.
Get the fuck out of here! I just nutted in my mouth. What?
Oh no.
Keep your heart and your mind.
Girl, you best.
On-
You best
on-
go on. You best go on.
What?
Oh, you didn't even know. You didn't even know.
Did you?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Frats. We got frats in the house.
I'm from
We
the
got frats.
badass Eta Beta chapter at the University of Mississippi. Spring 2001. Trey Dog.
Oh, tell
We got
dog.
frats in the house.
Tell dog.
I mean, I figured you tall as hell.
Follow five.
Follow 5. Okay, you a little younger than me. It's-
A little bit. Fuck. What the fuck?
Where'd you cross?
What? When?
Where?
TSU.
Oh,
The
shit.
Tennessee State University.
I won that homecoming step show as a sophomore.
I wasn't there then.
Flex.
I know you
The
weren't
flex.
because you a little younger than me. But yeah, we won. I won.
What the fuck?
We won that show.
We might have to step it out later. when
100%. We
go-
did.
when we go-
We did this thing. We did this thing with like, because we knew we were going to we were doing a thing at a black college.
That fucked you up.
That
What?
fucked him up bad.
I'm all fucked up right now. Because I don't have too many white frat brothers.
Right?
Well, you got one right here.
I
So-
got, yeah.
Yo, so
Finish your story, sorry.
We decided to like, we're gonna step. Oh shit! So we all wore hoods that hung down here.
White dude in the hood. That sounds weird.
I'll tell you why. No, we were dressed like the dude from Scream
Okay.
with that thing, but just not the mask. Because the point is, we started stepping in the first two steps, kind of highlighted me in a way, so people kind of knew who I was. And then we finished the step and we took the damn hood off, and there was almost a motherfucking riot in that place because they didn't think that was a white kid, which is completely a page out of the unknown step team. They're because they did the unknown
step
Sigmas are
team,
all
bro.
white Sigmas.
Oh, bro.
They used to dance. They used to step in fencing masks,
They're fucking cold.
so you can breathe and no one can see you. And at the end of their shows, they would take their mask off, and all of a sudden they were all white,
They were cold.
and people would lose their minds. So we took that page out. But yeah, we won TSU's homecoming.
Fuck.
So I reached out back to the thing.
Yeah,
So I
let's get
reached
back-
out to my
back
frat
to the
brother,
topic.
and he put me together these two gentlemen, and we devised a plan to open what is called ServPAC, which is the Center for the New American Working Class. And so the whole point is to help bring notoriety to attention to the lack of policy and legislation that will help the service industry. Because the new American working class is the service industry, right? Yeah. So in rural America, there are bars and restaurants. In urban America, there are bars and restaurants. There are less and less industry jobs because those are being done by less people and by computers. But computers can't do what we do. So we represent, for those of us in this industry, the working class of modern America. Period. End stop. And no one was more impacted other than probably the performance industry. Because I have a lot of friends in New York that were
DJs,
all those
artists,
dudes, all of them, all
those
of
guys
them,
got fucked
like
over.
orchestras.
Yeah,
all those
orchestra.
people,
Everybody got fucked over.
So other than that, because we could still do some level of job, we were impacted a lot with very little help. A lot of good bars and restaurants closed over the last, and it's the point of the
a lot
is-
of great bar industry, bars
Yeah, for
closed
sure.
during COVID, man.
and so I
The oldest bar in New Orleans.
yeah.
The oldest, 101, 102 years old,
I mean-
fucking closed.
Which is crazy, but the point is to not say, oh well, this is all a COVID reaction. It's just that COVID was sort of the magnifying glass that I needed, the amplification sort of, to say there's not a lot in place to help. And so our goal is to do that. And we're going to launch in the next, we hope 2.5, 3 weeks. We're going to be a national level entity. We want to be able to get involved with races all over the country and try to help bring awareness to the small amount of focus that the service industry gets, considering the amount of work the service industry does. And when I say service industry, it's bars, restaurants, tattoo parlors, right? Like hairstylists. These are all people that provide services. Barbershops for sure.
Yeah.
And something for me personally, like, I don't know, it's not really a pack thing, but for me personally, I would like to see some level of public health care option through the Affordable Care Act that is catered towards people who work on their feet more than 8 hours a day because our bodies take more damage.
Baby, I got the worst knees in the world.
I just bought a new pair of work shoes.
Right?
Like,
I
After
worked
6 months.
I worked 12 hours, on Saturday night, and it took me until about 10 a.m. today to recover physically.
We deserve
like that.
We
I worked
us-
16 on Saturday. And
Facts.
I woke up. I didn't wake up till 4:30 yesterday, and I had to be back at work at 6.
Yeah.
And getting up to go to the bathroom, I was like,
Was probably rough.
Fuck
Don't
this shit.
understand what that is. Even if it's like,
it was all in my ankles though. I was like, what the fuck?
4:30
please?
p.m. feel like 8 in the morning sometimes.
Yo.
And people don't get that.
They don't-
People
because
don't
they don't-
understand that shit.
they don't
man.
understand. Like, you don't know what's going on with somebody until you walk in their shoes, and they've never had.
Can you walk in
have-
these?
I mean,
Can-
I don't
can-
know.
can-
That's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
We need sports science to do a fucking mini episode on us.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Fuck
Seriously,
football and NFL
seriously.
players.
I also get super pissed because my Apple Watch, whenever it tracks like my steps and shit, I'm like, I only did that many steps, but I forget I'm long, so my strides are long.
Yeah.
Right, but either way, I'm
Yeah.
still like, motherfucker, I know I did more than this. 'cause
I just hate when my watch tells me to get up, I should move and stretch.
Bro,
Like,
or
no,
like,
bitch.
breathe.
Negative.
I don't
I'm
wanna
resting.
Breathe it on, nigga.
Like, no.
I'm Papa Roach out this whole
sitting
suffocation. No breathing. Not right now.
Right.
Shit.
But
I'm not even asleep. I'm just sitting here, just like holding my breath while I'm like looking at the phone. Like,
see, like, I don't think we as bartenders, we don't take enough care of our bodies. A lot of us try to
we
work
don't-
out, but we
We
don't
don't have
understand.
insurance to take care of our
But I
bodies.
meant, hold up. I'm talking, we don't learn the way to do what we do appropriately that's safe for our bodies.
I mean, Clay's the only
it's
justification
never-
because his ass actually gets up in the fucking morning and goes and works the fuck out.
I mean, I'm at the gym. I don't look like him. He's goddamn Adonis. I'm a little pudgy white boy. But, I'm skinny fat, right? But,
Just can-
I'm
I'm,
just-
doing it 5 days a
If
week
you-
looking like nothing,
if you, make-
right?
If you, come,
Regular
if you
fat.
come to the house and like wake me up, I will get up. I won't be happy,
You
but
just
I will
need
get the
you
fuck.
need a little motivation.
I need a little. Kick.
A lot
No,
of us
fuck,
needs a
fuck
little
a
motivation.
I need a kick in the fucking ass. Like, bitch, get the fuck up out the bed and let's
Yeah.
go.
I mean,
I'm like,
but
all
I
right,
think we all
fine.
need that shit,
Yo.
though.
I mean, but that goes back to what we always talk about mental health in the service industry, man. About actually
Exactly.
dealing, you
It's
know what I'm
all
saying?
about-
That is a whole fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
My thing with what I was going back to is that I'm talking literal physical. So I shook wrong and hurt. No, shaking cocktails and I
Yeah.
hurt my
I
elbow.
know what
believe
you're talking
it.
about.
Yeah.
I
And
know what
so
you're talking about.
I have tried to. I think there's not enough talk about. They talk about technique, whatever quotations. I call it mechanics. Physically, I had a bartender at Henley whose hands were like this, and I didn't understand why.
Have you
And he
never
said
had
my
trigger
hands
finger?
hurt. He said my hands hurt. My hands hurt. My hands hurt. Okay, so I started to watch it.
Right as carpal tunnel.
And I went, hey, the way you're pouring bottles is why, because you're putting the weight in small joints. I was like, grab it,
Grab the
joint,
whole
joint,
fucking
joint.
bottle.
Yeah, grab
and
the
then
bottle.
and then
turn
use
that
your
elbow up.
use mechanical advantage. But
Fuck.
people don't do that. They don't understand. And so I literally try to make it a point to watch every bartender that ever works for me and make sure they're working safe. I have a problem with hyperextending my knees. That's from years of
Being over the well.
ballet training, but that too.
Everything.
Oh.
He's multi-talented. He does it all.
Ballet training, but I have a problem because that invites you to lock your knee to hyperextend, and so I hyperextend behind a bar, and I have to be aware that I'm doing that, or else the next morning I can't fucking walk. I'm old as fuck.
I also wish
But-
we would normalize bars, like the way bars are being set up now. Like, everybody's not little as fuck. Please lift the wells up.
Man,
Lift
just
that
because
bitch up.
you went to giant school.
No.
Come on now. I feel you,
I'm
Katie.
not saying that. Like,
Because y'all both tall.
no,
Hey.
Vic. Either way, still, like, I'm not saying lift
I'm
that shit
fucking
up.
with you, I
I
agree.
know, but I'm not saying lift that shit up to my motherfucking titties. Like, nah, I'm saying like lift that shit up just a little bit more,
Just a
because
little bit.
bending down for me is a lot more strenuous, like on my fucking back and my fucking arms.
So
Y'all
like-
stop designing these little ass bars.
I mean, so like I could think that like just for me being average height, 5'11", 6 feet.
Yeah,
you 5'11", bro.
I'm 5'11" as hell.
I'm 5'10", and like I'm gonna give myself a half.
I'm
just so I know.
6'3" as a motherfucker. I am 6'3",
Easy.
like a mother, like 6'3".
Easy.
But the
Like,
thing about it,
yes.
for me, average height human being, I could deal. Y'all niggas is tall.
So you calling us aliens, bro?
I'm calling
Nah.
y'all
Average height for
I'm
human
ca-
being.
I
I'm,
am.
I'm calling
My mom's
y'all
5'4".
over. I'm
Yeah,
calling
I'm
y'all
not-
overheighted.
I'm not
y'all
normal.
y'all are just big people. Y'all are just tall motherfuckers. I gotta look up to y'all. That's what I'm saying. Not many people. How many niggas you know that gotta look down on you?
Not named Shaq.
Not named Shaq.
I mean, I ran into one of my homies last night. He's like 6'7", 6'8", but he does security. He's a big
I don't get
motherfucker.
too many.
You know what I'm saying is that like y'all look down on everybody. I'm just saying I could deal with at me being average height. I could deal with maybe 6 more inches up. Anything more than that, and honestly, that's 6 more
But
inches.
would hurt the people. It's about finding that balance.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's the thing. But the
Just-
problem
just,
is
just a little bit.
most people.
I mean, because I would be bartending right here instead of
most bars that are set for I will dare to say most bars that are being set, equipment select, all that are being done by people who don't work bars.
Hey,
We
we
that's a
talked
whole-
about that shit 2 weeks
we'll
ago.
We'll bring
We
this
talk,
back.
man.
We will.
We'll run this shit back.
We will.
You know what I mean?
We will run this shit back.
So
I-
as somebody who I love I love the puzzle. So for me, when someone talks to me about opening up, my first question is, do I get to make the bar set up? Because I want to make sure my bartenders are safe, and I want to make sure that it's done in a way that if you take longer than, like, my thought process, if you take 3 steps to get something that you need to make a drink, you make a lot of time because of the way it's set up. You're losing a second every drink. So over the course of the night, you're losing money.
you didn't lost an hour.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
If people
Yeah.
look at it that way, and seconds build up to minutes, build up to hours over the course of a year,
Or-
which get rid of sales.
Or you look at like big spaces that have not enough storage. You know what
Dude,
I'm
that's
saying?
that's the thing. No one sets appropriate amount of storage. They're always like, it's the last thing to go. It's the last thing. It's like, oh well, storage. It's because it's like dead money. Here's the facts of it. Storage is dead money to owners. They look at service space because service space equals financials, right? They don't think about how much more efficient and fast you would be to sell more things and make more money if it was set up with appropriate storage and appropriate back bars.
More accessible.
if you thought about your
Yeah.
staff, more,
I mean, that's
they
the
would make
engine.
you more money because they'd be happy to stay there,
Or
and
because
work
it's
there
easier
for
to
you.
work.
If
I
you
mean-
thought,
Yeah.
if you thought about your staff more, and thought about their needs and necessities instead of having them consistently running around places, they would stay there.
I mean,
and would be
exactly.
happy, and they would work.
Most businesses don't. I feel like
They
the
don't.
most places that have opened don't think about the
They-
staff. They're
that-
thinking
and
about
that's
they're
what I'm
thinking about
saying.
how much money they
That's
can
what
bring
I'm
in,
saying.
how many people they can
well, you-
put
That's
in
what I'm
places.
saying. You can make so much more bread if you had a happy staff, baby.
We're gonna say this for another time.
See what it is.
Yeah, we got
man.
we got a table of discussion.
But
Yeah.
no,
Oh, yeah,
that's
we
that's
got-
gonna be
oh,
for another
86
time.
minutes.
But we
Oh,
do
shit.
have one more thing. 86. Tell us
86.
about it.
Yeah.
86.
What would
Yeah.
you get rid of in the service
In
industry?
the service industry, man.
What
What's
would
something
you
you
don't want to see anymore?
Oh
You
shit!
don't want to see that shit come back
wow.
ever.
I wish I'd have prepped me for that one.
Yeah, it's new.
It's it's new.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great,
About
'cause
2-3
I-
weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
something like
'cause,
that.
I mean, 3 days would have been dope.
No, sir.
3
on
hours
spot,
would have been
go.
dope.
This is a competition. It's a competition. Go.
Let's put you on the spot.
The thought process that giving people the best experience you can give them is a negative. There's so much right now in our industry about like have a good time, party, whatever, blah blah blah, that people lose the fact that like the fuck you bartending, which there's a lot of places that are like, yo, you're gonna get this fucking drink and shut up, is one thing, but there's other things out there and there's other parts. So not making someone feel bad for the fact that they are going for that thing. It could be because it's personal for me because I always do that and I get knocked for it. And I'm aware of that, I guess. But I want people to normalize wanting to walk in every day and doing your job to the best of your ability because you have the pleasure of working in a bar. It's not you settled for working in a bar. You have the pleasure
Right.
Yeah,
to change someone's day every time they order a drink.
for sure.
It's escapism, right? It's like theater. It's like movies. You walk into a bar to forget the fact about the rest of the fucking shit that happened all day. So you have the pleasure of changing someone's day, making that day better by a smile, some service, and some liquid. And that's all you need. And to normalize the fact that because you want to do that, you're not like trying too hard. That's just because you get that opportunity. And there's not many other professions in the world to get the opportunity like that like we do. Every day we have an opportunity to change a life. Even if for like 25 seconds, 25 minutes, we get that opportunity. We have that. Let's do that. Let's embrace
Let
that.
the church say amen.
Look at that saying,
You can say, man, I grew up CLC.
Let the church say
yeah,
amen.
little audience up there, man.
But you know what I mean? Like that's a thing, right? Like we get to do that. You don't get to do that everywhere. So I want more people to embrace that and less people like, fuck you, I'm making you drink it out of my face. And I see that way too often.
It happens a lot now.
Fuck it,
It
you
know what I
happened
mean?
a lot then. We are blessed with the opportunity, man, because that helps us as just the type of people that we are that decided to be in this industry, man. We're that personality type that needs to care for someone else.
Do you know what I mean? People,
Even when we're tired as
there's-
fuck.
right?
Even when we tired as fuck.
There's a bartender I met in New York, and that bartender was just doing his job every day, right? Doing what he does. And once we were having beers late night after we both got off of work. We happened to be at the same bar, and he was talking to me. He goes, "Yeah, man, I got this really cool interaction today." I was like, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, well, I had this guest come in, and he came in and he ordered a drink and he sat down and he was quiet and he was polite, and then at the end he goes, hey, I came in because I wanted to thank you." He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate it, that whatever, And he goes, no, you understand. I was in here like 3 weeks ago, and I was having whiskey that night, and I was about to go jump off a bridge."
Fuck.
He said, "I was going to try to end my life, and our interaction and the way you made me feel made me think differently about that. And that is the power of what we do. And there are not enough people that take that power, obtain that power, and use that power, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing and why you guys are doing what you're doing, because we are trying to make people understand we give a fuck."
Let's go, birds.
Let the church bells ring.
Every time it starts ringing, man, the birds start going crazy.
Mike, listen, you thought those birds were gonna be an issue, baby. We will utilize the shit. We will utilize the shit of these birds.
It's a prop,
We'll
baby. It's a
utilize
prop.
it.
We keeping the birds because they've been up there going ham.
Birds
Leave-
in the
let the
trap
birds leave
sing
them alone.
John
And
Howard,
So
yo.
everyone is
running with it.
clear. This is not a soundbite. There are actual
There
fucking
are
birds
actual
out
birds
there that
on the
keep
outside
We
of the
got
chirping.
baby
building.
birds.
Hell yeah. But shit,
right.
that's what's up, man. Yeah. That's what's up. We appreciate you, brother.
Oh, I love you, boy.
My
Love you.
brother.
That's your brother.
My
though.
brother.
That's your.
My brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Ada Beta Sigma chapter, by the way, grad chapter will take you at any point.
Wait.
Go.
Can I get a run back? Wait, can I get a run back real quick for the gram?
So you know all the John Yule and
Wait, no. Give me a second.
That's
Amadeus,
crazy.
Emmanuel.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, my man. Ro is my dude.
1, 2,
Come on
go.
now.
Hey.
Come on now, let's go.
all right,
Brett.
man. This has been
Let's go.
episode 11 of Tales from the Walk-In.
Man, we might have to retire this 1914.
John Howard, please tell them where they can find you. Tell them,
So Johnny B. Howard on Instagram. Jonathan B. Howard will find me on Facebook. If you want a drink, come to the Continental in the Grand Hyatt Hotel whenever we open. We're hoping it's going to be relatively soon. And have dope drinks, dope food. Let's go.
Word.
HBK, Hotbox Kid. Hey. No longer the Heartbreak Kid. Whatever. You get what you get. Happy Nappy Froyo. That's HAPINAPIFROYO on Instagram. Katie Sadiq. That's me. Next we got Strong Back Zaddy.
Instagram, the professional DA professional. We keep it simple.
We keep it true.
I mean, yeah, man, y'all know it's me, it's Vic, it's Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich, and yeah, this has been Tales from the Walk-In season 11, episode.
Damn, I was
11.
like, we aggressive.
It's a lot of altos. Also,
Time
if you wanna, we're gonna be around that long. But if you wanna, send an email, send it to @talesfromthewalkin@gmail.com. If you wanna show us your stories. And shout out to the people in France and Ohio.
All the other countries.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ohio.
Ohio's been showing
I
out.
fucks with you, Ohio.
Ohio's been showing out.
And this has been it, man. We done. Fire.
Bye.
Thank you.